didn't know I lived in housing until I was 10 years old, and I noticed a huge plaque walking back from school that kind of made it different. Like, this housing belongs to the city.
There's a lot of people that left their countries that came here, trying to make a life for themselves here, a life for their kids. Their first point of starting that is where they first set up homes, and community housing is that. So it's the community and the people are vibrant. There's a lot of hope, and it's crucial to try to bring that up and try to help them realize their hopes and dreams.
People would come outside, we'd play hockey, we'd play, because we didn't have a basketball court back then, so we'd use like a shopping cart and we'd put it over the garbage thing and then use that to hoop in. So it was like very creative. It was like a huge family. Yeah.
In 2018, the YouthTheChange initiative was about reaching out to youth in over 20 communities and finding out what their top priorities were. And then from there, building an action plan and helping them implement it to find solutions to their top priorities. And one of the main objectives was to empower youth when it comes to creating change in their communities. Some of the assumptions of youth who live in Toronto community housing is that, one, they're lazy, two, that they're not qualified for certain positions when it comes to employment, that a lot of them are caught up in crime, that they're not active members in their community, and they don't have the desire to engage and make decisions. I think YouthTheChange is giving an opportunity to the youth to show that they are interested and they do have the capacity to contribute. What YouthTheChange is doing is creating a platform for the youth to express and show and demonstrate that they do have the want and the ability to contribute and improve their communities.
Because people that are living in housing are capable and one of the most intelligent people that happen to not afford the market price, market rent. Living in housing has taught me so much. Living in my community has taught me so much that other people can never learn in a course.
I got involved with the YouthTheChange pilot after a string of violence that was happening in my community. We were having serial shooters, gang violence, and the youth were getting sucked into a cycle that we just weren't appreciative of. Toronto Community Housing came in and held a town hall meeting. Me and my family decided to come out, and we decided we need to do something. So we spoke our mind. I went up there and I said, I don't like what's happening in my community, and we need to do something different.
We are also neglected. So understanding that all this negativity is just erasing a lot of our narratives.
We have, issues in the city when it comes to oppression, to other oppressive systems, right? So those all impact their environment, which impact what a young person thinks of themselves, and then therefore what they think of their ability to contribute and then participate.
A lot of our youth haven't even been out of the city or been downtown. Their capacity of how they think about their lives are so within a certain structure.
Things I notice actually helps a lot of the youth contribute to the change in the community is having an open dialogue. I feel that the more that we put ourselves around people that actually want to go forward, it makes us have that positive impact on ourselves and also on other people in the community, and make sure that we're walking the right path.
There's a lot of untapped potential, a lot of innovation that the youth can have and are having in our city. It's vital to be able to tap that untapped resource that we have.
I'm a firm believer in community unity, and that when you come together and you believe that your community is yours, then you won't want bad things to happen. Toronto Community Housing was really, really supportive when YouthTheChange, and we worked together to hold programs and do movie nights, community barbecues, and trips outside the city as well. So we've taken them to Sky Zone, we've taken them to the movies, just regular outings so they can feel kind of like a regular kid.
And I feel like a lot of times in your neighborhood, you might everyone's on the way to school, on the way back from school, in rush to go to work, and no one really has time to kind of come together. And having some community events and programming for the youth is great because they get a chance to come together, enjoy time with each other, and feel connected to each other.
So we really had a good time with the children. The children really appreciate it, and they just every day are asking us, when can we do more? When's the next day at the program? We'll be walking through our neighborhood and the kids are like, hey, when's the program? Are we coming in this Monday? And the crazy part is, for the first hour, we make them do their homework. So they're excited to come do their homework for the hour so that they could go out afterwards and go on the trip and have fun. So I think we've been doing really good things, and YouthTheChange actually pushed me as an individual to kind of go and pursue more. I wasn't really involved in the community until the things started happening to my community. And then I felt like I had to personally be invested. And now I'm working towards starting my own nonprofit organization and doing my own projects and my personal projects, as well as working with other people in my community.
Being a leader in the youth pilot program, it's like, it feels like good, you know, because I know, like, doing that job, I know that I'm actually serving a purpose towards other communities. Like me being a leader, I actually serve a role in being a part of everything that's going on, making a change.
So having our own programming and our own platforms are so important, because we don't want other people from outside of our community telling us what's good for us, because we'll never learn from that.
I feel it's important to take initiative and create change, because if you're not doing it, who's going to do it? So I feel like us as youth in our community, we want to come together and fix up our community and bring them together and just make it a better place to live.
When you hear community, you think of like a village, and I think the saying is like it takes a village to raise a child. So then the community in its essence is what's gonna raise us to become who we are going to be in the future. With, like he said, like in times of crisis, times of need, times of joy, times of happiness, community is always there for you, and we're trying to build on that in any way in which we can.
Hope revives the spirit. If you don't have hope, you lose spirit, you lose confidence. Your thoughts and your focus is lost. And this community has a lot of hope.
Change takes place in the community with exactly what we're doing right here, right now. Coming to these meetings on a Saturday morning when everyone wants to sleep in, engaging in the topics that some people don't want to discuss, having the conversations that need to be had.
It's a family. Well, whenever someone does something good, it's the first point that, you know, we recognize each other, you know? That recognition, that appreciation, you know, that celebration. It all comes back down to the community. Whenever something great happens, we all share that. Whenever something, you know, traumatic happens, we all feel that.
When you come from a strong community, the society will see that, oh, this person's coming from a strong community background. It's really hard to tempt that person or pressure them into doing things that they don't want to do. They have a strong mind now, and it comes from building your community. It always comes from when they tell you children see, children do. So if they're seeing their community do good, they're going to do better.